This week, emotions run deep under the Scorpio Full Moon. Some signs are shedding old skins, others are breaking free from their emotional cages, and a few are rediscovering what their heart has been trying to say all along. Let's see what the cards have to reveal.
I'm sure you've heard the news. The cards have secrets to share, guiding you through the cards of life. Dive deep. Welcome to Dus Tarot.
Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Dus Tarot. This is your weekly Tarotscope for May 12th to the 18th, 2025. I'm George Dus, intuitive advisor behind Dus Tarot, and this is your soul-centered guide through the week ahead using tarot, oracle, and astrology. We'll be moving sign by sign, blending intuitive card insights with key cosmic transits so you can navigate the days ahead with deeper clarity and presence. Timestamps are listed below, so feel free to jump ahead to your sun, moon, and rising sign, or stay with me for the full cosmic download. This week, I will be using the Tarot of Mystical Moments for the Tarot and the Oracle of Mystical Moments for the Oracle messages. These decks offer dreamlike symbolic imagery that helps us tap into the subconscious realms, perfect for a week that is emotionally charged. And just a quick heads up, you can now listen to these Tarotscopes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So whether you're watching it here or tuning in on the go, I've got you covered. Astrologically, we begin the week under a powerful influence of the full moon in Scorpio, exact on Monday, May 12th. Known as the flower moon, this illumination marks a time of emotional blooming and deep release. Just as flowers blossom into full expression, this moon brings inner truths to the surface, often revealing what is ready to let go. Full moons are traditionally a time of acknowledging what's coming to light, to celebrate growth, and to release what no longer serves your higher self. As we enter the waning phase that follows, it's a sacred invitation to begin shedding outdated fears, roles, or patterns, making space for renewal with the upcoming new moon. With Mercury and Taurus, we're grounding our thoughts and finding steady ways to express what matters most. And as the Sun and Uranus, or Uranus for some people, move through Taurus, unexpected insights may stir around your values, voice, and vision, especially near May 17th, when the Sun aligns with Uranus or Uranus. With this blend of release and renewal, the week offers space for deep healing, fresh intentions, and creative momentum. So grab a cup of your favorite ritual drink, light a candle, get your journal out, and take a nice deep breath. This is your sacred pause for the week. And if you'd like to follow along with the written version, you can head to dustarot.com/tarotscopes or scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen. And of course, if you haven't yet, like, subscribe, and share to support the channel. It truly means a lot and helps their algorithm push this content to even more people. Now let's see how this transformative week unfolds, starting with Aries. Aries, this week asks you to soften without losing your power. In the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the Strength card shows a woman in a cheetah print dress resting calmly beside a lion. Her gaze is composed and her touch is tender. She doesn't tame the lion with force, but with presence. This is quiet courage, inner pose, the kind of strength that comes from knowing yourself. The Mermaid's Love card deepens that message. It shows a man in a top hat gently supporting a mermaid. Two very different beings holding each other in balance. This is about emotional trust. Let someone meet you where you are without shrinking who you are. There's grace in allowing connection to soften the edges, not weakening them. Astrologically, the full moon in Scorpio lights up your 9th house, highlighting beliefs, truth, and the need for a wider perspective. Something may shift in how you view the world or in how you share your story with others. With Mercury in your 2nd house, thoughts around self-worth, value, or money may come to the surface. And as the Sun and Uranus continue through your 3rd house, expect flashes of insight or bold conversations to shape the week ahead. Your affirmation for the week is, my strength is rooted in stillness, and I trust the bonds that support my soul. Aries, this is a week of showing both your strength and your softness, and letting others rise to meet you there. Taurus, this week opens with a portal of possibility, and you hold the wand. In the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the magician rises from the top hat surrounded by a swan, vines, and a butterfly, all symbols of creation and transformation. This version reminds you, magic isn't force, it's embodied. You already have the tools, now it's about activating them. Where have you been hesitating to bring because you feel unprepared? This card says, you're more equipped than you think. Your ideas, your energy, your voice, they're ready to work for you, but they need your permission to move. The elixir of life offers a balancing message. A woman gently holds a blooming rose vine, her eyes closed in peaceful presence. It's not weakness, it's restoration. This card reminds you that your creativity and impact come from nourishment, not burnout. Let rest become ritual. Let energy return before you pour it out again. Astrologically, the full moon in Scorpio on Monday lights up your 8th house, inviting you to release old patterns around trust, power, and shared emotional weight. Mercury in your 1st house supports clear thought and expression, helping you speak with confidence. And the Sun conjuncts with Uranus in your 2nd may bring sudden clarity around what you truly value or how you want to reshape your finances or self-worth. Your affirmation for the week is, I create with clarity and I honor the energy that sustains me. Taurus, you're not here to power through, you're here to create with presence. Honor your energy and let that be your magic. Gemini, this week opens with mystery, but don't let uncertainty fool you into thinking you're lost. In the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the Moon card shows a woman sitting on a stone ledge under a glowing full moon. A fox howls beside her, while curling tentacles rise from the waters above. This is a card of dreams, shadows, and subconscious stirrings. You may not know exactly where you're going, but something beneath the surface is guiding you forward. The Oracle card, A Long Way Home, reflects the sense of a spiritual journeying. A majestic house floats through the sky as a hot air balloon, carrying both the past and the promise of arrival. This is about movement that takes time, soul movement. You may feel far from where you thought you'd be by now, but the journey itself has transformed you. There's wisdom in the slow unfolding. You're not behind, you're in transit. Astrologically, the full moon in Scorpio on Monday highlights your 7th house of relationships, bringing emotional clarity to how you partner, trust, or set boundaries with others. Something hidden may rise to the surface, not to confuse you, but to help you understand a dynamic more fully. With Mercury still moving through your 12th house, your intuition is especially heightened this week. Pay close attention to what's said in silence, in dreams, or in your own quiet moments. As the Sun and Uranus activate your 1st house, a personal awakening is underway, one that may feel sudden, but has been building for a very long time. Your affirmation for the week is, even when I cannot see the way forward, I trust the path unfolding beneath me. Gemini, you don't need to rush to the finish line. You're not wandering, you're evolving. Let the light of truth rise naturally. It will meet you when you're ready. Cancer, this week calls you to stand tall in what makes you unique. In the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the 7 of Wands shows a tattooed figure calmly prying open a set of metal jail bars. Behind him, red velvet curtains frame the scene. But it's not drama he's stepping into, it's liberation. Every tattoo on his chest tells a story, a choice, a declaration. He's not defending himself, he's revealing himself. This card says, you don't need to shrink just because others can't see your vision. The Bloom Oracle card echoes this truth. A woman with flowers blossoming from her head holds her hands close to her chest. Her posture is proud, yet gentle. This card reminds you your becoming isn't always loud. It's steady, alive, and deeply personal. Your growth may be invisible to others right now, but that doesn't make it any less real. The full moon in Scorpio on Monday illuminates your 6th house of health, daily rituals, and work habits. It's a powerful moment to release self-sabotaging patterns or roles that have kept you small. With Mercury moving through your 11th house, you're reconnecting with kindred spirits or future-minded ideas that affirm your becoming. As the Sun and Uranus light up your 12th house, A deeper layer of truth is trying to break through. Let it. What blooms in silence often holds the most power. Your affirmation for the week is, I will not shrink to fit. I rise to become all that I am. Cancer, the world doesn't need a smaller version of you. It needs the real one that's rising. Leo, this week invites you into emotional depth and gentle power. In the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the Queen of Cups sits on a seashell beneath the ocean surface, her hair flowing like kelp, completely at peace in her watery realm. She cradles a seahorse in her arms, a symbol of emotional loyalty, intuitive protection, and the sacredness of quiet strength. This isn't a queen who rules with loud authority. She leads from within, letting her heart guide the way. The A Long Way Home Oracle card echoes that emotional journey. The floating house tethered to a hot air balloon drifts through the sky, reminding you that home, true emotional grounding, may not always be the place. It's a state of soul. This card whispers, even if you've wandered far from yourself or from someone you care about, there's always a path back. Together, these cards reflect a week of coming home to your feelings. You may find yourself revisiting old emotional landscapes or finally expressing something that's been quietly held. Trust that your compassion is your compass. Astrologically, the full moon in Scorpio on Monday illuminates your 5th house, your domain of creativity, expression, and soul joy. Something tender, perhaps a personal project or emotional desire, is surfacing for release or celebration. This could bring a bittersweet goodbye to an old version of yourself, or a heartfelt moment that cracks you open in the best way. With Mercury still moving through your 10th house, your emotional truth may intersect with public roles or professional insights. Meanwhile, the Sun and Uranus in your 11th house activate surprising turns in friendships or future visions, offering freedom if you're ready to speak from the heart. Your affirmation for the week is, I trust the slow unfolding of my path and I honor the wisdom of my emotions. Leo, this is a week to soften without losing your center. Let your heart speak, not just to others, but to the parts of you that need your own tenderness most of all. Virgo, this week reminds you that your power lies in your presence. In the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the magician shows a young woman, a swan, and flowering vines all rising from the top hat held by an unseen hand. A butterfly flutters nearby. There's elegance in the image, a quiet, intentional magic. You don't need to force anything this week. You only need to engage with what's already alive within you. This card speaks to the tools you are already carrying. You don't need to prove your worth. You just need to act in alignment with it. Whether it's a conversation, a decision, or a creative effort, the message is clear. You're already equipped. The white rose of hope adds an emotional counterpart. A woman in a flowing dress stands in darkness and a glowing white rose floats near her chest like a lantern. She's not overwhelmed by the shadows. She brings the light with her. This card reminds you that hope is not passive. It's something you choose, especially when the path is unclear. Together, these cards reveal a week where your inner tools and quiet belief are enough. You're not waiting for clarity to strike. You're creating it as you go. Let your vision move in step with your faith and act from a place of rooted intention. Astrologically, the full moon in Scorpio on Monday highlights your 4th house of home, roots, and emotional security. Something fundamental is shifting, and you may feel it more in your body than your mind. With Mercury still in your 9th house, bigger truths and guiding principles are coming into focus. And as the Sun and Uranus activate your 10th house, flashes of clarity around purpose or public direction may land unexpectedly. Let the insights move you, but only on your terms. Your affirmation for the week is, I am the light I've been waiting for, and I trust my power to create something meaningful. Virgo, this is a week to move forward, not from pressure, but from quiet, confident knowing. What you believe in gently is already becoming real. Libra, this week asks you to return to what nourishes you, not just materially, but emotionally. In the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the Queen of Pentacles sits calmly among tall flowers that resemble sunflowers. their golden centers mirroring both the pentacles and the elegant fan she holds. A miniature house rests in her hair, symbolizing home, devotion, and the care you give so freely. This queen doesn't rush. She creates stability through consistency and love. The To the Moon and Back Oracle card, which reminds me of the honeymooners. To the moon and back, Alice! The To the Moon and Back Oracle card reveals a woman seated on a crescent moon. Her gown flows into a long arch that stretches outward like wings. But it's not just for flight. She gazes outward, not inward, quietly contemplating something far away. This is a card of emotional reflection. It suggests a yearning, not to escape, but to understand. She's ready to reconnect with something that once felt distant or maybe even a part of herself. Together, these cards highlight the tension between loyalty and longing. You built a life around care and reliability, but you may be quietly yearning for something deeper, more aligned, and more emotionally true. This week, give yourself permission to name what you truly need and trust that your inner longing is a compass, not a distraction. Astrologically, the full moon in Scorpio on Monday activates your third house of communication, mindset, and truth-telling. Something unspoken may rise to the surface, a long-held thought or emotional insight that now demands expression. With the Mercury in your 8th house, inner clarity deepens around trust, vulnerability, and what you've kept hidden. And the Sun and Uranus in your 9th house may suddenly open your perspective, revealing new truths or possibility, especially near the 17th. Your affirmation for the week is, I honor the quiet truths of my heart and give myself permission to want more. Libra, don't silence the whisper of your longing. It's not weakness, it's your soul pointing toward to something real. Scorpio, this week is about power and how you choose to do with it. In the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the Emperor is depicted as a towering woman, military regalia, standing over a grand courtyard while holding strings attached to miniature people. It's a striking image, one that asks you to reflect on influence, control, and boundaries. Where are you commanding too much? Or are you giving away too much of your authority to someone else's system? The Emperor calls you back to your own inner throne, where power is aligned, not imposed. The Secrets Oracle card deepens this theme. A woman stands on a stool, keys sewn into the hem of her dress, while she holds a moon-shaped lock with a keyhole. She carries the tools to unlock what's hidden, but only when she chooses. This card reminds you that sacred knowledge doesn't have to be exposed to be powerful. Some truths are meant to be held close, at least for now. Together, these cards point to a quiet but potent form of leadership, the kind that doesn't rely on domination, but discernment. Whether you're managing a personal boundary or a work dynamic or a situation where others look to you for direction, your strength lies in choosing wisely what to reveal and when. Astrologically, the full moon in your sign on Monday lights up your 2nd house of value and self-worth. Something about how you earn, give, or receive, materially or emotionally, may come to a head. With Mercury in your 7th house, conversation and key relationships can clarify how much power you've handed away or how much you're ready to claim back. Meanwhile, the Sun and Uranus in your 8th house shake up your deep entanglements. Expect surprising insight about what you truly want to share and what you rather keep solving. Your affirmation for the week is, I trust my inner authority and reveal the truth in perfect timing. Scorpio, trust your timing. You don't owe anybody your full blueprint, only your authentic presence. Sagittarius, this week brings you back to your sacred center. In the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the Empress sits atop a womb-like flower surrounded by a bloom of roses and petals. Her hands gently cradle a glowing child within the floral cradle, a symbol of creative life force, digestion, and divine nourishment. She's not rushing for anything to grow. She's simply holding space for what's becoming. This card reminds you that real creation begins with safety, presence, and self-trust. The Under My Umbrella Oracle card adds a tender layer of care. A person in a swimsuit clings to a bright red bird, holding an umbrella over its head in the rain. This gesture is simple but powerful, a symbol of loyalty, empathy, and protection. This card reminds you that even your boldest dreams need shelter sometimes. It's okay to lean on someone or let someone lean on you. Vulnerability isn't a weakness, it's part of how we grow stronger together. Together, these cards speak to the power of emotional protection and soul nourishment. You're being invited to root deeper into what supports your well-being, especially if you've been overly focused on performance or productivity. This is a week to hold what matters close, not just your vision, but the people, practices, and parts of you that make those visions sustainable. Whether you're nurturing something new or simply healing, the message is the same. Soften the pace and tend to your foundation. The full moon in Scorpio on Monday lights up your second house of identity and self-expression, making this an emotional, revealing week. You may feel the surge of vulnerability around who you've become, what you have outgrown, and how you're perceived. This is not a breakdown, it's a shedding. This is a powerful time to release outdated versions of yourself and step more fully into the energy you're meant to embody now. With the Mercury and Taurus activating your 6th house, you're also supported in making tangible shifts in your daily habits, health, and routine. Meanwhile, the Sun and Uranus in your 6th house may bring unexpected but liberating breakthroughs in how you show up for your well-being and productivity, especially if you've been pushing too hard without enough soul rest. Your affirmation for the week is, I create through care, I perceive through softness, I am worthy of being held as I hold others. Sagittarius, this is a week to come home to yourself, not as a finish line, but as a sacred starting point. Let love and rest be part of your process. That's where true expansion begins. Capricorn, this week invites you into radical honesty with yourself. In the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the 5 of Swords shows a woman in a red dress holding a pale rose. Behind her stands a fractured statue-like figure, turned away and crumbling. The air is heavy with tension, grief, or things left unsaid. This card speaks to emotional fallout, pride, and the aftermath of conflict. Not necessarily loud or external, but the kind that lingers quietly in your mind. The Listen Oracle card offers a healing contrast. A woman lays peacefully beneath the surface, her face relaxed, her hair merging with the roots of the earth. Above her, yellow wildflowers bloom under a soft sky. This card reminds you, the clarity you seek won't come from another argument or overthinking. It comes from silence, from dropping into your knowing, from grounding. Together, these cards mark a turning point in how you process internal conflict, especially the kind that keeps repeating on a loop. This may be a week where the old story loses its power because you're finally hearing the truth beneath it. Not someone else's version, your own. You don't need to fix everything, but you do need to stop fighting yourself. Astrologically, the full moon in Scorpio on Monday highlights your 12th house, the most hidden part of your chart, ruling subconscious patterns, endings, and spiritual release. Something old and unspoken may come up for closure or reflection. It's a powerful week to grieve, to rest, and to set something down emotionally for the last time. With Mercury in your 5th house, creativity and play can help you express what's hard to put into words, especially through writing, music, or art. Meanwhile, the Sun and Uranus in your 6th house shakes up your day-to-day rhythms and habits. If burnout is creeping in, pay attention. Your nervous system is calling you back to balance. Your affirmation for the week is, I honor my truth in silence and in stillness. My roots are my power. Capricorn, your strength doesn't lie in staying stoic. It lies in knowing when to listen, when to let go, and when to choose peace over proving a point. Aquarius, this week calls you to surrender, not as defeat, but as a doorway. In the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the Hanged Man shows a woman suspended upside down, her dress bellowing like clouds, a golden sash wrapped gently around her waist. Above her, a zipper opens the sky, revealing a patch of clear blue beyond the canopy of tangled leaves. She's not trapped, she's in a moment of stillness that allows a new truth to emerge. This card reminds you, sometimes the only way forward is through complete shift in perspective. The Keys on the Tree oracle deepens this energy. An elephant sits atop a tower, caged but holding a key at the end of its trunk. All around, more keys hang, suggesting the answers are there, but not within reach. This card speaks to patience, divine timing, and trusting the process of unlocking what's next. Even if it feels like you're going in circles, you're actually spiraling upward. Together, these cards highlight a week of powerful pause. This is the kind of stillness that invites insight. It may be uncomfortable at first. Aquarius isn't always fond of emotional fog, but what's unfolding is a deeper kind of clarity. You're not stuck, you're suspended in a space where something greater is becoming clear. The key is already within reach. Astrologically, the full moon in Scorpio on Monday lands in your 11th house, your realm of vision, community, and long-term dreams. You may be reevaluating your connection to a group, a friend, or a larger purpose. Something that once felt uncertain may need to be released in order to move closer to what really matters. With Mercury in your 4th house, thoughts may turn inward to family, childhood patterns, or emotional security. This can be a week of tender insight and personal clarity. And with the Sun and Uranus lighting up your 5th house, creativity and self-expression may arrive suddenly through stillness or solitude. Let inspiration surprise you. Your affirmation for the week is, even when the path wins, I trust the view will change when I do. Aquarius, don't rush the unlocking. What you seek is on its way, and your willingness to pause may be the very thing that opens the next door. Pisces, this week is about devotion, not just to love, but to the craft of becoming who you truly are. In the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the 8 of Pentacles shows a woman carefully painting a butterfly's wing with vivid intention. She's surrounded by butterfly in every shade, symbols of transformation already in flight. Yet she continues her work, detail by detail. This card reminds you that true mastery isn't rushed. It's built through presence, patience, and purpose. You're shaping something meaningful, and every stroke counts. The Artist Seduction card adds another layer. A woman in a red dress leans into a man dressed in black, offering him a flower. Her gesture is bold, vulnerable, and magnetic. This card speaks not just to romance, but to the soulful chemistry that arises when you're fully engaged in your energy. When you offer the best of yourself without losing your center. Whether in love or life, you're being invited to explore the power of attraction through authenticity. Together, these cards suggest a week of quiet magnetism. There's something or someone calling for your full attention. But this isn't about people-pleasing or performance. It's about showing up with sincerity. Whether it's a relationship, a passion project, or a deep emotional truth, this week invites you to make love to the process, to lean into it, stay focused, and express what's real. When your effort is heartfelt, the results resonate. Astrologically, the full moon in Scorpio on Monday lights up your 11th house, revealing emotional truths about your greater purpose, social circles, or community dreams. Something may need to be released in order for more aligned vision to take hold. Meanwhile, Mercury moves through your 3rd house, helping you articulate your truth through clarity, especially in close conversations. And with the Sun and Uranus in your 4th house, shifts in your home, family dynamics, and emotional roots may catch you by surprise, but also spark new freedom. Let yourself be reshaped, Pisces. This week is about refinement and revelation. Your affirmation for the week is, my devotion shapes my destiny and my presence draws it near. Pisces, you made it through the fog, now comes the focus. Trust that your dedication is drawing exactly what's meant for you. So there you have it, your full Tarotscopes for the week of May 12th to the 18th. Whether you're navigating an emotional transformation, reclaiming your inner voice, or rediscovering what truly matters this week, reminds us that vulnerability is not weakness, it's the root of meaningful growth. The full moon in Scorpio on Monday opens the week with a powerful invitation to release what's being hidden in the shadows. As the moon moves from Scorpio to Sagittarius to Capricorn, you're guided from emotional depth to renewed perspective and then towards grounded integration. This lunar path helps you move from awareness to wisdom to action. Meanwhile, Mercury in Taurus steadies the mental terrain, while the Sun's conjunction with Uranus by Saturday may shake up loose old values, reveal new truths, or spark a liberating decision that aligns you with your authentic self. Here's your collective affirmation for the week. I honor what's rising, release what's fading, and trust the wisdom unfolding within me. As always, take what resonates for your sign and your soul. If something moved you during this reading, I would love to hear from you. What sign's message hit closest to home? What truth felt personal this week? Drop your sun, moon, and rising signs in the comments or message me directly if you're tuning in on the podcast. If you found this reading helpful, please like the video, share it with somebody who might need this energy, and subscribe if you haven't already. Your support means the world. To read the full written Tarotscope for every sign, head over to dustarot.com/tarotscopes or scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen if you're watching on YouTube. If you'd like to book a personal reading, visit dustarot.com/book or DM me anytime to connect. Oh, and don't forget, every Thursday morning I share a sneak peek carousel on Instagram with next week's themes. And every Thursday evening I post a midweek check-in to help you realign with what's shifting. I'm excited to be part of several incredible psychic fairs this May. It's a month full of connection, magic, and intuitive energy. This Mother's Day weekend, I will be at the Mystical Witches Market on Saturday evening, May 10th, at the Paris Fairgrounds Exhibition Center in Paris, Ontario. It's a beautiful event with free admission and a perfect way to spend the evening before Mother's Day. The following weekend, from May 16th to the 18th, I will be at the Hamilton Psychic and Crystal Fair, held at the Hamilton Air Force Association in Dundas, Ontario. Admission is $10 for the whole weekend, and it's shaping up to be a truly energizing and soulful gathering. Then on Saturday evening, May 24th, I will be at the Mystical Witches Market in Fergus, Ontario, at the Centre Wellington Sportsplex. Admission is free, and these evening markets always have such a welcoming, magical vibe. To wrap up the month, I will be heading to Bracebridge, Ontario on Sunday, May 25th for the Muskoka Holistic Spring Fair at the Bracebridge Fairgrounds, with free admission for that one too. It's a powerful month, and I would love to connect with you in person. If you're in any of these areas, come by for a personal reading. Let's sit down, explore your path, and tune into the guidance your soul is ready to receive. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's Tarotscope. Take these messages with you as you move through the days ahead and trust the unfolding of your journey, even if the path isn't clear just yet. If you found this reading helpful, don't forget to like, share, or subscribe, or follow the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts so you never miss a moment of weekly guidance wherever you're tuning in. Stay grounded, stay open, stay magical, and as always, keep listening to what your spirit is saying. Wishing you clarity, strength, love, and joy in the week ahead. We'll see you next time right here on Dus Tarot.